any tension to melt away as you gradually relax more and more deeply with each breath. Continue to breathe slowly and gently, finding your own natural rhythm. And as you relax, start to turn your intention inward. You are part of a dynamic universe. The creative force that orchestrates the entire universe created you. It doesn't matter if you call that orchestrator God, Spirit, or Source. You are connected to it. You are one with the One. We often look at meditation as a chance to unplug from the world. But in reality, we are plugging into the entire universe. We are plugging into the mind of God. Meditation connects us to all that is. By getting in touch with your soul, you can more easily match the vibration of the universal soul. You can begin to see yourself as expansive rather than restrictive. You find that you are able to connect to others more easily, and in return, your reality becomes much bigger. When we plug into the mind of God, we are able to co-create with the universe and have conversations with this divine intelligence that is ultimately the core of what we are. This morning, I am offering you an opportunity to get connected. Start a conversation with the intelligence of the universe. Come into your senses by moving your attention from busy mind and life and dropping into a meditative space of relaxation, interconnectedness, a space of oneness. Become aware. Shift your attention from physical reality to something bigger. Know that source energy is intelligent. It is aware of you always, and it is surrounding you in this present moment. Shift your attention to become aware of it. Source is a divine aspect of you. Let yourself feel. Allow yourself to fully feel the connection with Source, as if you are submerging yourself into a beautiful, warm pool of light. The intelligence of the universe is very loving. I like to think of Source like a nurturing mother who helps us while supporting our independence. Not doing everything for us, but guiding us to our next stage of development and growth. Have a conversation. Let the universe know your desires and your dreams. Pour your heart out. Hand it over to Source and let it go. Really surrender it and see yourself offering it up to the divine wisdom. Make your claim. You can even say, I now choose to surrender my dreams to the universal intelligence, knowing that it will guide me into aligning with my highest path and fulfillment. I am grateful. Ask Source to show you what you need to see within yourself in order to gain clarity and be empowered in this area of your life. Notice any signs, intuitive sensations, or ideas that suddenly come to you that offer you insight. The universe is intelligent, and you are made from this intelligence. The universe knows what you are wanting and asking for. This meditation, this process, this conversation with the divine is actually for you to be honest with yourself and know how you are feeling and what your heart is wanting deep down, and for you to open, align, connect, and receive. The universe is all-knowing. This potential already exists, and it is waiting for you to become open and receptive. It is waiting for you to co-create with the divine. So I invite you for the next few minutes to plug into the universal mind, get in touch with your soul's desires, and have a conversation with the divine. how good it is to know that we are able to co-create with the divine. You can tap into this connection with the universe, with Source, at any time. Slowly start to become more aware and more alert. Begin to reactivate each part of your body from its relaxed state. Exhale slowly while remembering your connection to the universe and giving thanks for this conversation with the divine. And when you are ready, when it feels right to you, take a nice deep breath in, and when you breathe out, gently open your eyes. Namaste.
You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. Tu sei il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are the face of love, face of love. I hold you in my heart, you are my family, you are my family. You are the face of love, face of love. You are the face of God, the face of God. I hold you in my heart. Of God, the face of God. You are the face of God. Eres la luz de Dios. I hold you in my heart. Eres la cara del amor. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. Tu sei il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God. Eres la luz de Dios. I hold you in my heart. Eres la cara del amor. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of la luce di Dio. You are the face. You are the face of God. You are the face. Tu es l'image de Dieu. You are the face. You are the face of God. You are the face. C'est la luz de Dieu. You are the face. You are the face of God. You are the face. You are the face. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are
the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are
the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of
are
God. The face of God. You are the face
Tu
of God.
روح خدایی.
You are the face
You
of
are
the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image.
Good morning. Welcome to the Columbus Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Ann Strayer, and I am a licensed practitioner here at the Columbus Center, and I'll be giving you the announcements today. Everyone is invited to the Zoom room for Sunday celebration And our services are being live streamed to our YouTube channel at Columbus CSL. Please feel free to share our services from your YouTube channel to your own Facebook page. For everyone on Zoom with us today, please feel free to turn on your videos so we can see each other, and please keep yourself muted. Thank you. We are holding hybrid services this summer. We have 2 Sundays where we will be meeting virtually on Zoom and 2 where we meet in person. Save your Columbus CSL e-newsletter for reminders and for the Zoom link. We need your voice. As our beloved center begins to hold in-person services, we will need song leaders to assist during this time. The only requirement is the willingness to sing. We have the music and lyrics, and of course, we will be backed up by our amazing band. If you're interested, contact Mac Ware at wmacware@gmail.com. The Core Council extends an invitation to members who would like to join a Core Council meeting. Please feel welcome to attend. Just reach out to one of the Core members for the link. And this is our last announcement regarding our new laptop request. The Core Council will be purchasing a new laptop for the center soon. We currently have $200 pledged to the laptop fund. If you would like to donate for the laptop, add a memo or a note to your donation and email Robin at spirituallivingcolumbus.org. Thank you for your donations and your affirmative prayers. Together we thrive. Do you have a suggestion? Email it to ccslsuggestionbox@gmail.com. And if you would like prayer after service or anytime throughout the week, you can find our prayer practitioners on our website, columbuscsl.org, or you can submit a prayer request on Facebook. That's the news for today. Join us in singing our opening song, Unbound, by Gary Lynn Floyd.
Open your mind, unfold your heart, relax your senses, feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear, looks like love's growing here. So take your guard, let it down, deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath out and release your cringe. Love without waiting,
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Columbus Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Amy Papadoupolo, and I am honored to be here with you this morning. And we are very glad you are here. You might notice that I'm in a different place this morning. I'm not in my office. I'm actually out on the West Coast visiting my in-laws here, and I thought I would share some morning sunshine and some morning blue skies for all of my friends back in Columbus. And thank goodness for technology that I can do this while I'm on vacation. So here at Columbus Center for Spiritual Living, we are an inclusive organization, and we honor and celebrate and recognize you for exactly who you are, regardless of race, color, of what you believe, how you identify. We believe and know that it's all God, and you are welcome here. Thank you for joining us this morning on our Zoom channel, on our Zoom link in our Zoom room. Or if you're on our YouTube channel, Columbus CSL, thank you for joining us. Or if you're watching later on today, thank you for watching us and making us part of your life. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so now, and remember to give it a thumbs up and to ring the bell. So, as many of you know, we are searching for a new senior minister, and in order to bring the perfect fit to our community, we are practicing embodying that consciousness that will draw the right and perfect person to us. And we're doing this at every meeting and every service. We are going to be speaking our sacred covenant prayer every Sunday, and to show our commitment and to practice our commitment to the consciousness that will draw our new senior minister to us. So please speak this prayer along with me. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. And knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which includes the presence of a new senior minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new senior minister is to express God, I therefore know that my new senior minister is a revelation of God as wholeness. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which has been promised by God. For Dr. Ernest Holmes said, human endeavor is to get back to such an inward wholeness that all sense of fear, doubt, and uncertainty vanishes. I stand in agreement with my beloved community. I see my new minister revealed before me as a wise and loving expression of the One. I now intend to experience my new minister in full cooperation and agreement with my community, knowing this truth about myself, for I am inspired to live as love in the expression of wholeness. As I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, I know that they are revealed in a way that expresses God and serves the highest and greatest good for all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful. God is gracious. And so it is. Thank you. And so now please read our mission statement along with me. We serve the transformation of individual lives through education, spiritual practice, and deep community, using spirit and science of mind principles as our compass. Thank you. So now I'd like to I'd like to thank Kristen Wilcock for that beautiful meditation this morning and for holding virtual high watch for us today, And now I'd like to reintroduce our practitioner for today, Anne Strayer. Anne?
Thank you, Reverend Amy. And now, with the ringing of the bowl, we begin our sacred service. I'd like to introduce our community member, Jay Westfall, who will be giving us this morning's reading. Jay?
Thank you, Anne. This is from Dr. Ernest Holmes, from this thing called you. Your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment.
Thank you, Jay. And now let's take a few moments of silence together. Settling in to the place where the divine lives, I take a moment to recognize that there is a power and a presence that is bigger than myself. And this power and presence is infinitely present and available, no matter where, how, or what I am doing. And I am so grateful that this power and presence dwells within me and expresses through me and as me and is always working for me. And in this moment, I claim vision for the future, the lives that are living in the moment. I claim the freedom to free our minds, to free our worries, to free our doubts, because God is freedom and God is the source of all that is. And in recognizing this, I know that it is already done in the one mind and that it is good. So I give great thanks for this. I give great thanks for today's service, for Reverend Amy's message, and for all of the collaboration that comes into being. And I simply, with a grateful heart, let it go. I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Anne. It was beautiful. So good morning. Good morning and welcome. The talk title today is Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow. And like we heard Jay say, our founder, Dr. Reverend Ernest Holmes, in his book, This Thing Called You, said, your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. I love that. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. So let's talk about today. Let's talk about that fulfillment. How do we get fulfillment? How do we free our minds? So I want to put it in context, kind of in context of this whole year. As a Center for Spiritual Living, we are following the themes that are set forth, that are provided to all of the centers, if we choose to use them. So we here at Columbus Center for Spiritual Living are choosing to use them, and we've been using them all year. This month, we're talking about, we're taking the opportunity to revisit our spiritual principles and using them as a launching pad for a fuller expression of the vision. We've talked about what Spirit's vision is for us individually. And a couple weeks ago, we talked about being pulled by vision, not pushed by fear. So when we are pulled forward by vision, we have an opportunity to become really clear about what that vision is. So I just want to take a moment and take a pause and ask you to, if you'd like to, close your eyes and go within and find out what that vision is for you this morning. What is Spirit's vision for you as a unique, individualized expression, just right now in this moment? Good. What is that vision? What is that vision? Now that you have a glimpse of that vision, or maybe an outline of the vision, or maybe even the whole vision, bring that into your forefront of your thinking. And then when you're ready, come back and open your eyes if you would like to. This vision by Spirit that is a gift. This is a gift. This is a calling. It's something that the universe wants to experience through you and through me. And we don't have to figure out how to get there. I think that's one of the beautiful things about our teaching, is that we don't have to know. We don't have to figure everything out. We get to be the conduits. We get to be the vessels. We get to surrender and let it move through us and live through us. For that is Kingdom 3. That is Kingdom 3 consciousness from the spiritual development. We've been talking about this kind of smattered through here, splattered through here. And when we can more deeply surrender and allow God to live through us, that's where we get the freedom that we're talking about today. That freedom that will flow when we free our mind. We don't have to figure it out. And we live in a society and in a culture where we need to know the answers, right? We need to know how things work. We need to know the answers to why things are the way they are. But what if why is not the answer? What if why is not the question? But rather, what or how? What can I do with this thought? What can this experience show me? What can I celebrate in this experience? And how can I use whatever experience it is to have a more deep and intimate connection with our source? And I really think that that's what this talk is about today. The title, Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow. We free our minds through spiritual practice, through meditation, because our minds work just like our hands. This is what our hand does. This is what our arm does. Our minds create thoughts. And when we meditate, we practice letting go of those thoughts. But we never, can I say that? It's a double negative. That won't work. We never don't have a thought. So how else can I say that? I know you guys probably watching are going, oh, you say it this way, Reverend Amy? Okay, thank you. One mind. We will always have thoughts. Whoever sent me that thought, I appreciate it. We will always have thoughts. That's just what our mind does. But I think maybe the freedom comes in not believing everything your mind tells you. Don't believe everything you think. Because our thoughts, when they're not our chosen thoughts, depending on how much spiritual practice we have, depending on so many things, but really, habitually, what do we think about? You know, we're wired to survive, right? We're wired to, as these human beings, we're wired to stay alive. So our minds like to tell us what's in front of us that's dangerous or that can harm us. And that's good. And we can be grateful for that. But what if we give our mind something else to do? Let's give our minds something else to focus on. There's a Ricky Byers Beckwith song that says, I woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. What if we give our mind spirit to focus on? Spirit not only in here as me, but also spirit out there as another, and also spirit as everywhere else. When we keep our mind set on spirit, when we keep our attention focused on our relationship with and as God throughout the day and throughout our lives will transform. Because the perspective and the perceptions are filtered through the lens of truth and love and oneness. Because really that's what we practice. That is our philosophy. That is our belief. Thomas Trower told us that God is love, light, life, wisdom, power, beauty, and abundance. And when we keep our minds on that, we keep our minds on spirit, we keep our minds on our relationship with spirit, it shifts our lens. When it shifts our lens, it shifts our perceptions. And isn't that what we're really going for? Really? I mean, the perspective and the perceptions that we look out at life with, we get to choose that. We can choose today to be pulled by vision, not pushed by fear. And this works perfectly in with the Centers for Spiritual Living for our global vision. Our global vision is that we see a world in which every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other in a world in which individually and collectively we call to a higher state of consciousness and action. So it's that idea of having that relationship with God. And really, you could say we're in relationship to everything, right? And really, we're in relationship. That's when we look at our world, when we look at ourselves, when we look at anything, it's all about relationship. So let me ask you, how is your relationship with God? How is your relationship? How about this? How is your relationship with your belief about God? What do you believe about God? And therefore, God is just another name for life. What do you believe about life? Is it for you? Is it enjoyable? I know that Dr. Ernest Holmes talked about the spiral of life is upwards, and that we talk about God is good, and another word for good is life promoting, life giving. God only can know itself through us. So we are the channels for God or for good on this planet. It passes through us. It's that divine urge of life that's seeking expression through us. And we are we are the receptors for that divine urge. And as it passes through us, we become the outflow for divine wisdom. Because wisdom is there too, that Sophia that was present in the beginning of time, the beginning of before time. That Sophia and God as one. That wisdom. So trust. Do you trust that innate divine wisdom within you? Do we trust that Sophia in us? So today, I think I'm asking these questions and I'm scratching my own itch, oftentimes, as I say. I've been on vacation this week with my in-laws and my daughter. So my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, and we went to Sedona. And Sedona is a beautiful, beautiful place. And I keep reminding myself as I've been on vacation, even Buddha had trouble with his family. Remember, he moved out of his father's house. Okay, so Sedona. We were in Sedona and we had a pink Jeep tour through the hiking area out there. And the guide, I asked the guide about the vortexes. So there are, I've read about the vortexes in Sedona, the energy vortexes. And so he was talking a little bit about the energy vortexes. And he talked about a good friend of his who was Native American. And he was talking to his Native American friend about the vortexes. And the guide said that one of the things he asked his friend was, is there something more sacred that the tribe that he was with, or his ancestors or his people, that the Indians, that the Native Americans, do they find something more sacred in the land of Sedona? And he's thinking about the vortexes. And his Indian friend said, you know, you all, and he was referring to white people in general, separate things. Said you all have a tendency to separate things, to see one land as more sacred as another land. And he said, we don't see that separation. We see it all as given from the divine creator. And there is no place that's more sacred than another place. And I just thought, oh my gosh, there's science of mind right here, right? It's all oneness. We don't need to separate it. So, free your mind. If, in fact, we really are going to practice, and that's what practitioners are. Practitioners have practiced this philosophy. If we're really going to put this philosophy into action, I'm looking for a specific quote here in my notes that I absolutely loved. And sorry. I want to make sure I get it right. Here. Holmes tells us an idea of power, ideas of power. I think that was Holmes. He says, quote, "You are as free as your thought. You never deal with conditions, you deal with mind." You never deal with conditions, you deal with mind. So to kind of bring this back around, to kind of close the loop here, what we have in our minds, what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about life, creates a lens that we look out into the world through. This lens we can change, we can polish. We can polish it, we can change it. We can look through a different lens if we want to. We can improve it. We can always improve it, right? So we're not, this is also something I learned this past week. I learned it, I learned it as we were on vacation, living in very close quarters, and it's hot out here in the West, and we're on vacation, and we're living in close quarters. Did I say that? I read this right before. This was a gift from the divine, in my opinion. It was actually a little video that I watched, and it said, stop wanting people to be different. And I found myself, and I find myself wanting sometimes people to be different in my family. And that is really, I'm looking at the conditions. I'm looking out there, wishing the conditions were different. And so I practiced this week not wanting anyone to be different. And it's hard. But it's my new spiritual practice. Not wanting anyone to be different. And I feel a sense of freedom from that because I changed my thinking. We say change your thinking, change your life. So let's go back to where we started. What's pulling you? What's that vision that's pulling you? What wants to be expressed through you today? Whoever you are, I know everyone here that I can see in Zoom. I don't know everyone on YouTube. But what I know is that even if I know you or if I don't know you, there is this divine inner wisdom, this divine inner consciousness that wants to be and can only be expressed through you uniquely and individually. And I absolutely know that that is possible for you, for me, for everyone. I believe in you because I believe in God and I believe in good. And I absolutely know that we can free our minds and everything will follow. So let me close us with prayer. And I just am going to start this prayer with a reading from Thoughts Are Things by Ernest Holmes. Knowing that the divine presence is always closer to me than my very breath, I have nothing to fear. I feel this loving protection around me. I know that the song of joy, of love, and of peace is forever chanting its hymn of praise and beauty at the center of my being. Therefore, I tune out of my mind all unhappy and negative thoughts and negative ideas. I direct my thoughts to the sunshine of life, to brightness, to laughter, to the joyous presence of radiant spirit. I lay aside all anxiety, all striving, and let divine love operate through me into my affairs. Joyfully, I anticipate greater abundance, more success, and a deeper peace. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. So I absolutely know this on behalf of each and every person here. I claim it, I demand it, and I know it. So I release this treatment into that law that always says yes, that comes back to me pressed down, shaken up, and overflowing with good. For this and so much more, I give great thanks. I release it, I let it be, and together we say, and so it is. So now is the time for the giving of our gifts. Thank you for all of the ways that you continue to support the center during these times. Your donations, your tithes, your pledges are important because it helps us fulfill our vision statement of creating a world that works for everyone. And I just want to say here that we base our budget on our pledges. And I think it was this week or last week, Robin sent us out an update on our pledges. So how you are doing, how much you've pledged and how much you've given. So if it's off and you need to adjust it, please let us know, because that's how we know how much money we have and how to budget. We also absolutely know that God is our source, and we are circulating Spirit's energy in the form of money by giving and receiving. And there are lots of ways to give to the center. First one is text to give, 614-681-8616. You can also go to our website, www.columbuscsl.org. And then there's a PayPal donation button at the top. You can also mail your donations to P.O. Box 14462, Columbus, 43214. You can also set up autopay through your bank and have your giving sent to us directly. And if you need some help with that, just let us know. You can call the office or send us a Facebook message. So, with the energy of your giving, whether you've done it on PayPal or however it is, if we were in person, I would say put your hands over your heart If you would still like to do that, you're welcome to. Think about and conjure up that idea, the money, the energy of circulation. And please say our affirmation with me. My gift goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does its good and perfect work and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
When I dive into a deeper field of energy, when I have no eyes to see what lies ahead of me, I will be one with a vibration where boundless joy breeds wild elation. When I dive into a deeper field of energy, when I have exhausted human physicality, I will embrace my resurrection as I move through a new dimension. So don't you worry, don't you fret. Trust me, I got no regret. Into space and out of time, find my wings and learn to fly from a free fall. When I dive into a deeper field of energy, when to leave my body has become what's best for me, I will feel from a fresh perception what I have known since my inception. So don't you worry, don't you fret. Trust me, I got no regret at all. Into space and out of time, find my wings and learn to fly from a free fall. When I dive into a deeper field of energy, when I dive into a deeper field of energy, when I dive into a deeper field of energy, when I dive into a deeper field of energy, don't you worry, don't you fret. Trust me, I got no regret at all. Into space and out of time, I'll find my wings and learn to fly from free fall. When I dive into a deeper field of energy.
Diving deep and deeper into the field of energy and remembering that God is the ultimate source of supply, and money is simply God in action. It is the energy and the essence of the power of circulation, and I know each individual is an expression of God and a part of the law of circulation. So I celebrate this knowing that all that is given is in abundance and prosperity. And I know that this prosperity is perfect health, healthy relationships, peace of mind, freedom, and financial abundance. And I joyfully accept this and something even better with a heart filled with gratitude for our community. And I rest knowing it is working together for the highest and best for the givers and the receivers and our beloved community. So I let it go, I let it be, and I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Delicious prayer. Whew. So I'd like to thank Kristen Wilcock for a meditation and for helping us with the videos. Thank you to Jay Westfall for doing our slides and doing the reading today. Thank you to Ann Strayer for those delicious prayers this morning. Thank you, to myself for being the video YouTube moderator backup. Thank you to Debbie Conkle. She is our Zoom, and YouTube host this morning. Also, we'd like to give a shout out and thanks to Gary Lynn Floyd and Jamie Lula for sharing their music from YouTube today with us. And also thank you to all of you that are here either in Zoom or on YouTube or watching later on. We are so glad that you are with us. If you are joining us for the very first time, welcome. We're glad you're here. We'd love to send you an information packet, a welcome packet that talks about our, as I love the way Ann says it, our beloved community and also our beloved teaching. We can send that to you through the mail. Just contact the office. You can find our phone number on our webpage, or you can also send us a private Facebook message. Also, we send out currently it's a weekly e-news. I believe, well, yes, in August it will be going to every other week. So the e-news will be going every other week. We figured out that since we're going hybrid, and some other things too, we really only need to send out that information every other week. So if you are not getting those emails, however, and you want to, because you want to know what's going on with us, please either call the office and let us know, or you can send us a private Facebook message. Or you know what you can also do? You can also probably contact any of us. If you've got a friend here at CCSL, just let one of us know that you want to be on our mailing list and we can get it to the right person. So, okay, please say our blessing with me. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so it is. Thank you for joining us today. We are glad you're here. I invite everyone, if you would like to, that's on Zoom, to turn on your camera so we can all be connected that way. And please enjoy our closing song, which is One Big Family by Gary Lynn Floyd and Jamie Lula.
Sing it if you know. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Sing it. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody